Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine you're in a crisis, right? A loved one needs blood urgently. Then someone steps forward. Seems like a genuine Good Samaritan offering help. But what if that helpful hand is actually reaching for your wallet? And, well, not in a good way. We're diving into a pretty stark warning issued by the Kerala police about a deeply disturbing scam. We're talking fraudulent blood donation schemes. Our mission for this deep dive. Understand the insidious nature of these cons, how they exploit people when they're most vulnerable, and crucially, what protective measures are being taken and what you can do to stay safe.
What's truly unsettling here is the sheer gravity of it all. This isn't just some general alert. It's a direct warning. Comes straight from the Kerala Police's crime branch. And it's because they've seen a noticeable uptick in these incidents. What's fascinating in a grim way is how these scams weaponize a selfless act, something life-saving like blood donation for pure, cynical monetary gain.
It really does hit you where it hurts.
Yeah.
Can you maybe walk us through how it typically plays out? How do these scammers actually operate on the ground?
Yeah. Their modus operandi, their method, it's chillingly simple, really. These fraudsters, they pose as blood donors, often targeting families in crisis, maybe right at the hospital. Or they prey on social media posts, from relatives desperate for help. Then they make their move. They demand advance payments. The excuse, oh, it's for arranging the urgent blood.
That's the really tricky part. When you're in that crisis mode,
Yeah.
how on earth do you tell the difference? Genuine help versus someone trying to exploit you.
Well, the Kerala Police Advisory gives us one critical, unmistakable red flag. Any demand for money in return for donating blood. That's it. That is the absolute telltale sign of fraud. These fraudsters, they might claim to be medical students, maybe volunteers, makes them sound credible. But the moment money enters the conversation specifically for the act of giving blood, that's when you need to be extremely wary.
Absolutely. And the fact that it's illegal just highlights how predatory this is. Monetary compensation for blood donation, it's actually been prohibited in India since way back in 1998. Genuine blood drives never involve upfront payments.
Yeah.
Never. So these scammers, they take the money and then just vanish, leaving people even more desperate and obviously without the blood they needed. It's just cruel.
It really is heartbreaking, exploiting that level of desperation. But thankfully, the Kerala police aren't just identifying the problem, they're actively fighting back.
Right. And there's a really important counter move here, something worth exploring, the Pol-Blood mobile app.
Precisely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this initiative, it offers a secure, official pathway for a critical service. The Pol-Blood App, it was set up in partnership with the Kerala State AIDS Control Society, a key health organization there. How it works is it directly connects registered, verified donors with recipients. It's specifically designed to cut down the reliance on those unverified sources, the ones scammers exploit. It basically creates a trusted ecosystem for donation.
And the results speak for themselves, don't they? Since launching in 2021, it's gathered over 41,000 volunteers and facilitated nearly 25,000 units of blood donation. That's a tangible positive outcome, directly countering these scams, making sure real help gets to those who need it.
Exactly. And the direct advice from the authorities for you, the listener, is very clear. Always verify requests. Go directly to the hospital blood banks or check with licensed facilities like the Red Cross or Trusted Red Ribbon Clubs, often linked to youth health programs. And importantly, if you encounter any suspicious requests, anything that fails that no money for blood test, report it immediately. You can use the Pol-Blood email, that's polblood.pol at kerala.gov.in, or just go to your local police station.
So what does this all mean for us then? I think the core lesson here is just the critical importance of verification, especially when you're facing urgent situations or offers that just seem almost too good or too generous to be true. Remember, altruism should never, ever come with an upfront cost.
Well said. And maybe a final thought for you to consider. How can understanding this specific scam, the one involving blood donation, how can that help us become more discerning, more critical consumers of information and offers in other parts of our lives, particularly when, our emotions or urgent needs are involved? Something to think about.